On this week's Waypoint, community named items, item squish feedback, Garrosh on the PTR, and Blizzard blows up Stormwind. What's up guys, and welcome to Waypoint, your weekly World of Warcraft recap for August 8th, 2013. I'm your host, Mike Shafton. Last week, Blizzard made some respected members of their community extremely happy when they integrated some items that were themed around their names. Our very own Olivia Grace was highlighted with a shaman healing helmet titled Olivia's Graceful Gaze. Other community members to get the item treatment were Rozzy's Rosin-soaked shoulder plates and Stickley's Gray Shade hood. Wait, really? Nothing for me, huh? I've got to say that Blizzard missed out on an awesome opportunity here. I mean, come on, Shaftnit's yellow dress of shame? I couldn't have made it any easier for him. Ghostcrawler followed up on the items by tweeting, "We only have so many items to recognize WoW community members. So if we missed you, we still love you, and we'll catch you in a future patch." Well, if that's the case, maybe I've still got a chance. Maybe I'll just start a petition that says I'll wear a yellow dress to BlizzCon if they put my item in the game. Whoa, slow down, that was just a bit. I wasn't being serious. Next up, we received a little feedback from Ghostcrawler regarding the item level squish as players were concerned about their characters feeling like they've regressed. While he didn't confirm the process, he did go on to say that there are lots of good reasons as to why the numbers should go down to more parsable levels. If the item squish did happen, he reiterated that it would not affect the ability to solo old content and suggested that if necessary, entering old instances could simply present players with a stat buff. PTR testing for the Siege of Orgrimmar continues, and thanks to YouTube user SparkUgs, we got a look into the Garrosh Hellscream fight. Now I promised for any of you purists out there, I'll avoid any major spoilers to the fight and just give you guys an overview of the encounter. During the encounter, raids will have to deal with Garrosh while he summons adds to the battlefield that fight alongside it. Additionally, siege engineers will periodically join the battle and try to activate the Kor'kron Iron Stars that are alongside the side of the room. Killing a siege engineer will prevent him from activating his Iron Star, however an active Iron Star will crush any Kor'kron orcs in its path. You'll have to battle Garrosh while trying to balance between killing or sparing siege engineers based on what your raid needs. When Garrosh reaches 10% health, he'll draw upon the power of Y'Shaarj and finish the remainder of the encounter. Now like I said, I don't want to give away any big spoilers for the expansion's end boss, but if you want to see much of the fight in detail, be sure to check out SparkUg's video by clicking right here. Alright, it's no secret that Blizzard hates the Alliance. They blew up Theramore, why wouldn't they blow up Stormwind? Stop! Right now, no! Bad! There's been a lot of speculation going on about the data mine version of Stormwind's harbor. Many players are using this to refine their conclusion that Blizzard hates the Alliance, but you have to remember, data mine information gives very little context. Data mining is not Blizzard's way of showing you what's coming early to the game. They don't hate those websites, but it certainly causes problems when they're trying to implement certain things into the game. If you, as a player, frequent any of these sites, you have to remember to consider the context. So let's take a look at the context here. During the Garrosh encounter in Siege of Orgrimmar, players are teleported to a modified section of the Temple of the Jade Serpent, the Terrace of the Endless Springs, and the Temple of the Red Crane. Each of these areas is surrounded by a Sha spell to prevent players from leaving it. This, along with the encounter spells Fire Unstable Iron Star and Bombardment, point to this area being used at some point during the Garrosh encounter. So there you go, no crazy death to the Alliance theory, just another messed up vision from Garrosh's encounter. It's important to remember that this is all based on data mined information and has not been confirmed, but maybe the reason the set piece was so exclusive is because it's meant for the heroic only encounter. Food for thought? Let's move on to the fast facts for this week. The bulging bag of charms has made its way to the in-game store. This item is a stack of 50 lesser charms of good fortune that can be converted into 3 Mogu runes of fate each week. It's important to remember that last we heard this item is only intended for the Asian regions, but I'm willing to bet that if the Western market begins to clamor enough for it, it's only a flip of a switch away from being added right here. Throne of Thunder has received its wrap-up mode buff this week. The new buff Shadowpan Onslaught has been added, which will weaken the forces of the Thunder King. This is your standard reduction damage taken, increase maximum health, and will be benefited at 20%. Alright, last up I want to move on to the community portion of Waypoint, but first I want to tell you about an awesome sponsor that helps make this show possible. Shutterstock.com is a must-have tool for anyone in the creative industry. With over 20 million high-quality stock photos, illustrations, vectors, and video clips, Shutterstock helps you take your creative project to the next level. Seriously guys, it's super easy to use, and I'm going to show you how to do it. If you guys watched last week's episode, you'll recall that I had some visual effects in there with some little bit of blood and gun action, and Shutterstock was actually the place that I went to go get these effects. Here's all you guys got to do. Head over to Shutterstock.com and click on the Footage tab. Type in blood spatter, and you guys are going to come up with some awesome visual effects that you guys can lay into your projects. You can try Shutterstock today without using a credit card by signing up for a free account and save all of your favorite images to a lightbox to review them later. Once you're ready to purchase, use the offer code GAMEBREAKER8 and you'll receive 30% off your new account. Last up here on Waypoint, I want to take some time to showcase all of your guys' greatest work. Drawings, tattoos, videos. If it's World of Warcraft related, I want to see it. First up this week is an old favorite of mine. Many of you guys might know the machinima creator Nim, who back in the good old days of Ulduar teamed up with Summergale to make their World of Warcraft rendition of the Timbaland song, The Way I Are. Check it out. Now sadly, I couldn't find this video on Nim's channel, but be sure to check out all of his awesome machinima by clicking right here. Moving on, while I typically want to showcase the community's work in our final segment of Waypoint, I can't let you guys miss this one. Blizzard just released their first video in a 6-part series of dramatic shorts. The first video, titled The Burdens of Xiao Hao Prelude the Vision, tells of the last Pandaren Emperor Xiao Hao and the Great Water Speaker that peered into his future. I really like this idea for a series, however, I can't help but feel that the subject matter comes a little bit too late. Knowing this story going into Pandaria would have made it really interesting and that much more exciting to explore, but at the end of the expansion, I personally care a little bit less. Either way, you guys have got to check out this video, and you can do so by clicking right here. Last up this week, I was going to show off all of your awesome video responses on how you guys came up with your character names, but no one left me a video comment. So I'm going to try this again. How did you guys come up with your character names? Film yourself telling your story and submit it as a video response on YouTube. If you do, I'll feature it on next week's show. Seriously, I know you guys are Twitch streamers and you have a web camera, so get on it. That does it for this week's episode of Waypoint. Be sure to check back every week on Tuesday for updated World of Warcraft news. If you guys like this video, be sure to like and comment below as it helps spread our audience. And if you guys want to see more World of Warcraft content, be sure to subscribe and check out Legendary. It goes live every Thursday at 8 p.m. PST at gamebreaker.tv/live. I'm Mike Shaffnet. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Mike Shaffnet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next Waypoint.
Game Breaker TV.